Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thanks for tuning in and checking out the video. Quick video on the matchup between Sergey Kovalev versus Nadjib Mohammedi, 175-pound fight, light heavyweight. I actually saw both of these two guys fight in Montreal. Nadjib Mohammedi was actually on the undercard, and I believe he wasn't even televised, if I remember correctly. Anyways, in his fight that he fought in Montreal, he did get a stoppage victory. And of course, Sergey Kovalev and Jean Pascal put on a very exciting fight. So let's talk about Najib Mohammedi and what he brings to the table in this matchup in terms of the skills, a bit of his record, things of that nature. So Najib's record is 37-3. He's a guy that when I watch him fight, I haven't seen too many of his fights to be completely honest, but he's a guy who seems to have very good conditioning. He's a guy who's more of a boxer, not really a brawler, and to me, he doesn't possess a ton of punching power. And generally, he likes to paw with his jab when he faces opponents. And his methods of attack are usually using his straight right, his jab, or a right hook. So that's generally what I see when I look at Najib Mohammedi. Also, an interesting note for this fight is Abel Sanchez is actually training him. And of course, Abel Sanchez back in the day used to train Sergey Kovalev. So just an interesting thing to note for this fight. Now, when I look at Sergey Kovalev, I see a guy, in my opinion, top 10 pound for pound fighter in the sport of boxing. When you look at Kovalev, you see a guy with an extensive background in the amateurs. You look at a guy, I love the way he drops that jab to the body. And when you watch Kovalev, he just has a vicious right hand. Also, his left hook has a ton of power. And when he's throwing those left right combinations, when he has his opponents backed up around the ropes, and he slips in a left hook to the body. Those are violent shots, and I love the way he does that combination. He throws the lefts, rights, upstairs, and then his opponents are focusing on the headshots, and they'll just slip a body shot underneath their guard. Beautiful. Kovalev, really an outstanding boxer, to be honest with you guys. Very underrated boxer, in my opinion. He gets a lot of hype on his power, but he's really a well-tooled machine. A guy who really has everything when you look at the skills that Sergey Kovalev possesses. And he's got an instinct of he's very aggressive and he's looking to finish fights. He's one of the most, I would say, in terms of his mindset, he has a killer mindset in the sport of boxing. One of the most vicious fighters, I would say, currently in the sport. Now, moving on, what I think is going to happen in this matchup between these two fighters. I believe, in my opinion, I have Sergey Kovalev winning this fight by a stoppage. Maybe the seventh round, around that area, the fight sixth or seventh round. I just think that while Najib is a guy who is an experienced veteran, the fighters that he fought are not on the same level as Sergey Kovalev. Kovalev is just to me too good at this time, and very few people in the world, in my opinion, can beat Sergey Kovalev. I mean, you could say a guy like Andre Ward would give him a hell of a fight. That's the type of fighter you need to be to beat a guy like Sergey Kovalev, and Najib Mohammedi is definitely not in that class. I think it's an interesting fight, though, overall, in terms from Najib Mohammedi's perspective. He's a guy who's been in the sport for a long time. So now he gets an opportunity to show on the grand stage what he brings to the table. But Kovalev is just too motivated. I don't think he overlooks any fighters. He's got too many weapons at his disposal. And John David Jackson and company have done an excellent job with him. So that's just something to note about Sergey Kovalev. John David Jackson really has elevated him to another level. Derek Rosario is also in his camp, and he also got Don Turner as well. So excellent boxing minds in that camp. And Sergey Kovalev, outstanding fighter. And I look for him to win by mid-round stoppage in this fight. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you want to see Sergey Kovalev next after this fight? Hopefully one day we get the Adonis Stevenson fight. I don't think it's going to happen, but man, that'd be a great fight. Lots of action for however long that fight lasts. Thanks once again, guys, and subscribe if you already haven't. Thank you.